alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to another episode of Wedding Zone. Today, I'm all alone, and this is really weird because this is supposed to be a talk show where somebody else says something and the other person says something, but then we are going to take a new direction for now because one, I have a really tight schedule. I know I can fit it in, but it's going to be so overwhelming for me. So I can't travel to go and meet people. But inshallah, I ask Allah to grant me ease, and also you may Allah grant you ease so that we can all make great changes. Another thing is because of finances. I have very supportive friends that could support me, but then I also don't want to make this a burden upon them. That I need 1, 2, 3. I need your contribution so that I can do 1, 2, 3. Looking at the fact that I also have a very tight schedule. So, bi'idhnillah, you'll just hear from me, but I'd also love to hear from you people. Make sure you comment, send your emails, let me know what you guys want us to talk about. So, basically, in this new phase of our episodes, I'm going to talk about things that I've learned. I learn each and every day from books, from talking to people, generally from my life experiences, from the Quran, like everything, inshallah, that I'm going to learn and that is going to be of benefit. Once I share it to everyone, then I'll surely share it with them. So today I had... Okay, this should not seem like a boastful kind of thing, but it is just an example that I'd like to use because it has taught me something in the course of this week. So during the weekend, my brother was getting married, and before that we talked, and I come from a culture where our weddings are usually so like, okay, I won't say magnificent, but they usually contain music, like mixing of the opposite genders. And so my brother was talking to me and he was like, okay, I really don't want my wedding to have all this kind of stuff. I just want a simple wedding. And I know it might not be possible because, okay, in my culture, when you're having a wedding, you have no say. Like, your aunts are the ones who plan everything. Your mother doesn't even say a word, neither does your father. So it's all upon the aunties to decide what they want for your wedding. So my brother was so worried about it because he didn't want a big thing, and he didn't want his wedding to be a cause of people to come and do various bad acts. We know that when we create a platform where we have music and intermingling of opposite genders, we create like a space for a lot of stuff to happen. So we were talking, and then I just told him that if you really want that and that is your intention, then please just make sure that you talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make it a prayer. If that is really your intention, then believe me, it is so possible, even if like no matter who is going to plan for your wedding, if your niyat is that you don't want anything that is going to annoy Allah in your big day, then you are the controller of everything. You are the one who says whatever you want to say. So then after the weekend, I called because I was in school and he was at home, and then I asked him how did it go, and he was telling me that wallahi yani, I really wasn't expecting it to be easy for me to organize a simple wedding, but wallahi it was so easy, and people just came and it was so quiet. Allah made my parents sick so that my brother's wedding could also be that quiet, alhamdulillah. So there was a reason for it to be quiet because my parents didn't want that disturbance. So it was just a quiet wedding, and he told me that I asked him, there are no radios or music. He told me there was nothing. In fact, I was in my room. I was listening to the Quran until the bride came. Like, I really asked him a lot of questions, and I asked him, did people complain? And then he said people never complained. It was like everyone was so content with everything that was happening, which was not normal in the past. Like, you try to make a simple wedding and everyone would just shut you off. So, like, there is so much to learn from this story that I learned. I heard from my brother that what matters is your intention most of the times. If you intend that, and I've heard a lot of stories about people who didn't want such and such a thing in their weddings, and it was not easy in the family to stop such a thing from happening, but because their intention was so pure and they faced Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that was so possible. So we struggle with a lot of things, and sometimes we learn new things that demand the new us according to what our faith tells us. But then we realize that our environment wants us to keep on doing what we are supposed to be doing. Our society wants us to keep on doing what people have been doing. They don't want us to bring these good changes. So when we are in such situations, what we are supposed to do is make sure we clear our intentions and we cry to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in numerous prayers so that He can grant us whatever we want. I have a lot of stories based on this, but the main lesson from all these stories I've gathered is that your intention is really important, and once you have that intention, just talk to Allah. It doesn't matter who is going to organize your wedding. They will ultimately follow whatever you have told Allah that you want to follow, because they plan, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also plans. So if this sounded like a sheikh talking or something, then that is just distraction of the mind. Like, we are all trying. None of us is perfect. We do a lot of struggles behind the scenes that nobody even sees, and it is only Allah who knows our faults very best. So major thing is, let's look at our intentions. If your intention is pure, and if you are really in line to that intention, like, you can't say I don't want my wedding to be 1, 2, 3, yet how you live your life is contrary to what you are saying, you see. So I usually say that people look at you. Yeah, how are you? Like, how do you present yourself to people? How do you live with other people? So as long as whatever you are saying does not contradict your way of life, even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to grant you ease in whatever you are intending to act upon. So guys, that is all for today. This was very beneficial from my side. Like, it was a session for me to have reflections of some of the things that I've learned this week, and I just hope that it was of benefit of you. Please share this video. Let people know that your deen zone exists, and inshallah, let's meet in the next episode.